Hi, I'm Amy Kay again. This is my take. This video is for you Michigan homeschooling families. I want you please to reach out to your state representatives. At least send an email and not a form email. You can find emails out there, but you can copy paste, but they know you're copy pasting them. Let them hear from you. Sending an email is good. A phone call is better. Asking for an appointment is even better. Now, I did that. I emailed them about 3 weeks ago, asked for appointments, and both of my representatives agreed to meet with me. I will be meeting with them this week. Now, I understand they're probably going to run out of appointments, and not all of you have time for that. At least let them hear from you somehow. You know, these things happen, and the government makes a law, and everybody grumbles and complains and says, somebody should have done something. Okay, that's you. In this case, that somebody is you, and who should have done something is you calling and reaching out and letting them know how you feel. Are you in favor of homeschooling in Michigan staying the way it always has? Or do you want them to pass a law requiring registration and anything else that they might add on to that law? Tell them how you feel. They are regular people in positions of power. But don't forget the regular part. You can talk to them. They're just people. And you don't have to have fancy things to say. You should look up, maybe some talking points and have an outline of like a couple things you want to say. But just talk to them. Just email them a regular email. Introduce yourself. Be brief and concise. But a couple paragraphs. Here's who I am. Here's where I live. And here's why this is important to me. Please do this or don't do this. Thank you for your time, Amy Kay. It's very simple. Now, what I recommend, because we're homeschoolers, and I think one thing that holds a lot of people back from reaching out to representatives when important issues come up is a lot of us have never done that before. And so it's a little like intimidating, and we're like, oh, how do we go about it? Well, homeschooling families, this is your chance to learn and do it with your children. If your children are big enough, teach them and say, you know what? We're not even sure who our representatives are or how to get in touch with them. Let's Google it. I'm telling you, all of that information is widely available on the internet. Teach your kids a really great civics lesson and go and email your representatives. Let your kids draft an email and then, check it before you hit send and make them a part of this process, because there's a lot of things about our country that are still great. There's many things about our country that are still great. And having representatives who represent you is one of those things. And I know there's a lot of problems with the whole system, but they will listen to you. They will get your emails and they will hear you. Whether or not they're going to do what we want, I don't know. But to throw our hands up and say, I'm going to do nothing because it's probably not going to matter, I don't think that's the right thing to do. Just try. And also, what's it going to hurt? And from their point of view, pretend that you're one of them. And you hear from, like my county is a small county, right? Like the representative from my area, what if he hears from 10 families and 9 of them are a form letter? One is from someone else, with a different kind of a letter. But he only heard from 10 families saying, I want you to vote this way if it comes up. Okay, that's good. But what if he heard from 500 families? What if he heard from 500? Put yourself in his shoes or her shoes. Would that make a difference? Of course it would. They need to hear from you. It is their job to hear from you. And it is, I think, not your duty and not your obligation, but your privilege. That's the word. It is your privilege to be able to tell them what you want. So enjoy that privilege and exercise that privilege and reach out to your representatives in Michigan about the issue of homeschooling freedom in Michigan. Thanks.